Out here in the perimeter, there are no stars. Out here, we is stoned, immaculate.
I've been carrying stones and crystals off and on, I'd say, for about 15 years. Probably since my high school days of self-discovery and spiritual practices. Stones and crystals come from this earth, from all around the world, and when brought to this earth, holding onto them contains very healing elements. And that's why I've always been really attracted to stones and holding onto them and carrying them for the good energy and healing that they bring. I carry the stones personally for many reasons. One being healing, protection, balance, opening channels of creativity, but I mostly use it for dreams and meditations. Besides just holding on to the stones and crystals, for me, I love passing them on to people for a variety of reasons. I mean, one could be just for influence or my gratitude to, sharing your story with me, or I give them to friends that are going through, major highs to major lows. I leave them for strangers at miscellaneous spots to pick up. I give them to strangers and well-known strangers and musicians, and to me it's just an earth exchange of energy, because if you think about it, when you go into a cold river or anything like that, your senses are heightened, or if you go into the forest, there's a sense about nature. And I think I kind of use it as a metaphor that these stones are part of this earth and filled with good energy, and I think giving them to people is my way of just thanking them. As a child, I've always been drawn to Ireland and Scotland for its rich culture, the people, the music, the celebration that came out of those countries. I would read a lot of old folklore, which then led me into a vast array of Celtic studies. And then I loved learning about the shamanism, the spiritual aspect of Celts. And it really has changed my life in ways of transforming who I am to this day. So in 2006, I have an opportunity to go to Ireland and Scotland to give back to the land, to go back into my roots, to really feel and embrace the culture that I was fascinated by growing up. And one of the major ways that I honored Ireland and Scotland that I felt best would be to bring a Ziploc bag filled with stones and crystals. And it was my intentions to leave them throughout the land, wherever I visited, and I gave them to people, to street performers and musicians, to tour guides, to the land, basically, or places that I visited. I just left a stone of my gratitude for the country, for the people, for learning something new. In Scotland, I had a very intensely beautiful experience with 3 old friends from another lifetime. I'll save the detailed story for another time, but I will say it was an excellent journey into remembering, stone exchange, protection, and honoring of spirit with these 3 folks. And the fact that after doing some energy work, the gentleman, I find out that he's actually a practicing shaman in Scotland. And so to have energy work done by him was truly a blessing. And then he ends up giving me these 2 ancient stones practiced for energy work in the Celtic tradition. So I was truly blessed with all of them in my life in Scotland at that time.